Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab. If you're new to my channel, I'm Yori. Welcome, I'm so happy to have you. If you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. I do upload on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 9 a.m. Central. I also wanted to mention I do have a giveaway going on in my channel, so I will leave the giveaway video linked in the description box down below so you can check it out after this one in case you're interested and you don't want to miss out. Today's video is my October favorites. I can't believe it's November already. Happy November to all of you. I just wanted to come on and share some of the products that I have been loving for the month of October, so let's get started. The first three items that I have been absolutely loving come from my 5 and 5 series featuring Too Faced. If you haven't seen that yet, I will throw it up in the cards. But the first thing I wanted to mention is this Too Faced Bronzed Peach Bronzer. I love this so much, and I am so scared that they're going to stop making it because a lot of people are trying the same highlighter in this line, and honestly I wasn't too interested in that, but I was super interested in this bronzer because of the tone of it. I think it's like just neutral enough for me. It is the bronzer that I'm wearing today, and I do bronzer with it, so I contour a little bit with this. It blends over every single foundation that I have, whether it's a stick foundation or a liquid foundation. I haven't tried it over powder foundation, but I don't really use those. But it gives such a natural blend, and it has such a beautiful sheen. It smells so incredible. I worry about this little guy. I will run out and buy absolutely every last one that I can find if there's even a slightest threat of it being discontinued. My only complaint with this is with the packaging. I do apply this using sort of like a foundation brush. So I'll go in with a brush like this and I'll swirl around in there. When I do swirl around, the pan does tend to move a little bit, which I don't understand why that's even necessary or if it's just a packaging flaw, but I thought I would mention that. I just love the look of this bronzer. I love it over foundation. I love it over my bare skin. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The next item is also from that same video, and it is the Too Faced Born This Way powder. This is the ethereal setting powder. Now, I have mentioned on many of my videos that I do have dry skin, and so I'm very wary of over powdering my face. I do enjoy setting my concealer as well as my liquid foundation, and ordinarily I use my Too Faced Prime and Poreless powder, which is this one, to set my under eye. It's my holy grail. I just hit baby pan on this one. But I have to say, this powder is beautiful, and it's beautiful for the entire face. If you enjoy baking, setting your concealer, setting your foundation, it works for absolutely every purpose, and it is just so blurring and it's beautiful. I also like that it has a tint to it, so it doesn't cause any flashbacks since it has a slight color to it. It does have a cover over the sifter like this, so you don't have to worry about too much product coming out. And honestly, because of the convenience of my pressed powder, this may be a contender for my holy grail. I really, really like it, and I do recommend it. I think it's perfect for dry skin and more mature skin as well. It's a good powder. The third item from that video is the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. As I shared in the video already, I don't really consider this to be a setting spray. I use it much as I would my Smashbox primer water. So I will mist my entire face before applying my makeup as a primer, and then I will also use it in between to sort of meld all of my powders together, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful product. The mister is super nice. You get a good amount. You get 4 fluid ounces in here. It's silicone free, alcohol free, and it has a really nice coconut fragrance, which is a very nice bonus. I just really, really love this. Again, not necessarily for setting, but for priming and refreshing your skin. It's just beautiful, and I really, really enjoy it. My next favorite does come from Marc Jacobs Beauty, and it is the Marc Jacobs Highliners, specifically the matte ones. I have been using this a lot in my looks lately, and I also put it in my Sephora VIB recommendations video because these are just wonderful. They last longer than any eyeliner that I have, and these particular ones are matte. They're very blendable, and I will swatch them for you. It just goes on so smooth. You don't have to tug at your eyes or anything like that. Here are swatches of the two that I do have. This one, the purple one, is in the shade Mist Me, and the other one is in the shade Earthquake. I absolutely love wearing both of these on my waterline. It gives such a nice color impact, and it lasts all day. It's just beautiful. they're highly blendable, they're a little bit more pricey, but I personally think they're worth the money enough to recommend them for the VIB sale as well. And I have just been using these two in particular all month. I've also been using the black one, which is in the shade Blacker. And some of you have told me that you've already picked this up and that you really are enjoying them. I really stand by very firmly with my recommendation with these. They are just wonderful. I also use them to tightline my upper lash line, and because they're so creamy, I don't have to work so hard to get the color to pack on, and I don't have to worry too much about my eyes starting to water when I'm working in such a sensitive area. So these are highly recommended, and I've been loving them so much. The next item that I have is another liner, but this is a lip liner, and this one is from Wet n Wild. I may have featured this in a monthly favorite before, but it deserves to be in it again because it's just wonderful, especially this shade. I have mine in the shade Bare to Comment, and it's a very neutral shade. What I like about this lip liner is that it is twist up, and it is super creamy. It goes on so smoothly. There's a swatch of it right here. You can see how pigmented that is, and even though it's a neutral shade, it just flatters your lip. It's like a beautiful your lips but better color. I know that this comes in about 8 shades, and Wet n Wild is a very affordable brand, and they always have those deals like buy one get one half off or something like that, and I just want all of them. They have some reds, they have some nudes, they have some more like plummy colors, and I just think these are amazing for the money, and they're amongst my favorite lip product, to be honest. And I've been wearing this particular one a lot in the month of October because I've been wearing a lot of nude lips. I am wearing it on my lips today, and I have a NARS Velvet Lip Glide over it. I'll have my face makeup in the description box down below, but this is one of the products that I'm wearing, and I enjoy it so much. This is absolutely worth the money. It's only like maybe $3 or $4, and they're so good. I have one more item from Wet n Wild, and it is this highlight brush. I recently did a review video over their 10-piece brush set from Wet n Wild, and this particular brush wowed me. Like, if you watch that video, I will throw that up in the cards if you want to take a look. This brush applies highlighter so beautifully. It is the brush that I used to apply my highlight today, and I think my highlight looks really nice. It's just such a great brush. There's something about the shape which allows it to be a very precise application of highlight, but then because it has this little dome shape, it also works for blending it out so it melds with the entire rest of your face. And it's just such a beautiful brush. It's got a beautiful handle. It does have an ergonomic divot right there, but I don't really use it. I have a tendency to hold my brushes over here, but when you're using it, it feels so soft, and it picks up the powder so well, which is unusual for a synthetic brush. Usually synthetic brushes don't pick up powders as well, but this one picks up all my highlights, and it applies it so well, and I love it so much. The next product that I have to share with you also comes from one of my 5 and 5 series. That was episode 3, where I featured some drugstore products, and it was Maybelline and number 7. And the product that I'd like to feature is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter, and this is in the shade Molten Gold, number 100. This is such an amazing highlighter, and I've been really wearing it quite a lot. Every time I have a full face of makeup, I have worn this particular highlighter. You can see there that the powder is embossed with a beautiful like square gradient pattern. It's just so luxe for a drugstore product. This one retails for about $10, but it's absolutely worth the money. Some of you did comment to me that it's a little bit dark for your skin tone, but I've heard that they're coming out with more shades, and I'm so excited about that, so that way everybody can enjoy it. It's a really great powder. I do have to note that I do not enjoy this particular powder when I'm not wearing foundation. I only use this when I'm wearing foundation. It has a tendency to look too glittery over my bare skin, since I do have dry skin, and then it just kind of flakes off, and it doesn't sit well on my bare skin. But when I'm wearing foundation, it just gleams beautifully, and I really love it. It's not the highlight that I'm wearing today, but I have worn it in a lot of other videos and mentioned it there as well. This is something definitely to check out. They carry it at Ulta Beauty and at drugstores as well, and I've just been really enjoying it and really impressed, and I can't wait to see the new shades that they come out with. The next product I'd like to share is more of a lifestyle favorite maybe. I think it's still a beauty product, but I have gotten in the habit of sharing lifestyle favorites. You all said that you enjoyed that, so I wanted to include something in this video today. And what I have here is by Tree Hut, and this is the Shea Sugar Scrub, and this particular one is the Passion Fruit and Guava scent. So this is a bath product, and it's not a soap per se, so it's something that you would use after cleansing your skin. And what I really love about this is the fragrance. So this particular one is in the guava and passion fruit scents. It is sugar based, so I don't know if you can see in there. I actually bought this product this month and this is how much I've used already. It's sugar based, but it also has shea butter, so as you put it on, it's very moisturizing. Usually I will shower, shave my legs, and then go in with this afterwards, and it's just an aroma therapeutic experience. The scent is passion fruit and guava, and it reminds me a lot of home. I am from Puerto Rico and I like to go there every once in a while to just rejuvenate and refresh my spirit. There's just nothing like being home. Because of all of the things that have happened there with the hurricanes and everything like that, I really don't know when I'll be able to visit again. And so sort of using this in the bath just it brings a little piece of home for me, because these two fruits, the passion fruit and the guava, they are native to Puerto Rico and something that I always seek out to eat when I'm there. And so I really enjoy this particular scrub and I wanted to share it with you. It's just like a little bit of home. You know, they say that scents make memories, and this makes a very lovely memory for me, and hopefully I can get home soon and they will rebuild and it'll be even better than it was before. So yeah, this is a favorite. Okay, before I get into the eyeshadow palettes, I did want to share a fragrance favorite, and this one comes from Luxury Scent Box, but you can obviously purchase the fragrance on its own if you like. I did a review video of this subscription service, which I will leave in the cards up above in case you're interested in checking it out. But this particular one that they sent was from Atelier Cologne, and it was the Orange Sanguine scent. And there's just something about this scent. You can see I have sort of made my way through halfway through it, and now I'm just starting to use it very judiciously because I don't want to run out. But this particular fragrance has a very citrusy scent. It's not something I would have picked out on my own, but it's such a playful scent, maybe more appropriate for summer, but I'll wear it whenever. I like it on the weekends because it's just such a fresh, fruity, fun fragrance. Super citrusy. I would recommend that you probably check out a sample of this one before you run out and purchase it, because I think it's sort of an acquired scent. It smells like tangerines, like you just peeled a fresh tangerine, and just smells amazing. And I have been loving this so much. I was so pleasantly surprised with how much I have enjoyed it. Even though I'm sort of rationing it right now, I know that the moment I run out, this is going to be one that I will be adding to my collection for sure. Alright, so now on to the eyeshadow palettes. The first one that I wanted to mention is from Huda Beauty, and this is the Desert Dusk palette. I have done several looks with this palette. I have a 2 looks using 1 palette video on this particular one, as well as a swatch video if you're interested in checking those out. Basically, my favorite look that I've done this month came from this palette. I love it so much. It is such a beautiful palette, super high quality, and there's just a lot to work with here. You can do neutral, more wearable looks, but you also have these fun pops of color and also the interesting textures, like with this Cosmos shade here. There's just a lot here, and I was so pleasantly surprised with how much I like this palette. I really recommend it. I think it's beautiful. If you haven't tried it yet, I think that they're being carried in store now if you want to check it out and swatch it for yourself. The colors are very blendable, especially the matte. They're a little bit more of a dry formula than I'm used to, but because they are dry, they tend to blend together really well. Kind of like the Lorac shadows, I would say, but they last on my eyes beautifully throughout the days, and I do have hooded eyes, so that's something to be said for the palette. And it's just a beautiful color selection in the sort of sunset mood, and I've really been enjoying this palette this month, so I wanted to share it. The next palette that I wanted to share, I considered leaving this off, but I would be absolutely lying if I didn't say that this Pat McGrath Subversive palette was not a favorite. This is an incredible piece of art. Like, this is, it's heavy, it's beautiful. Here's what the shades look like. I have 2 dedicated videos to this palette. I did a review of it as well as a swatch video, and I was just, when I was editing my video, I was super disappointed that the camera just doesn't do it justice. With all the lights and everything else going on here, like I'm looking at the viewfinder right now, and it just does not do it justice at all. It's such a shame. When you put it on your eyes, it's the most sophisticated glitter or shimmer. I can't even call it glitter because it is so fine, and it just glimmers, and it looks like you definitely have something special over your eyes. Now, I know that this is a very pricey palette. It's $125, but the VIB sale is coming up, and if you were feeling like treating yourself, This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. This is the Subversive one, which I think might be the more colorful one. I have to say that the Sephora close to me on Michigan Avenue, they carry the Pat McGrath collection right there in store. I ordered this one from the Pat McGrath website, and so I hadn't seen it. I was just going off of swatches and looking at the colors, and I decided that this one was the most unique relative to everything I already own in my collection. First of all, I already ordered the one with the greens, so you can expect a swatch video coming up with that one, and I thought that one was the more neutral. I completely underestimated the very first one, the Mothership 1 palette, which is called Subliminal. That one has all of the mattes that I would say these are missing. So for example, if you look at this palette, there isn't really a transition shade. This one is too dark to use a transition shade, but it is a very nice deepening shade. But that palette, the Mothership 1 Sublime, has a very nice transition shade, and the blue in that palette is unlike anything I've ever seen. So I am definitely gonna pick that one up during the Sephora VIB sale. It is on my wish list. I'm going to stay up until 2 a.m. because I do not wanna miss out. I love these that much. All right, just one more eyeshadow palette, and this is one that you may have seen in passing on my channel. This is the Ciate London The Fun palette. This palette was an incredibly pleasant surprise. I used it for the Wet n Wild brush demo, and I was wearing it in another video, but I have come up with some really nice and easy looks using this palette. The packaging is so fun. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it winks. There it goes. Kind of winks at you. I picked it up in New York City when I was visiting on a dance trip, and this is what the inside looks like. This palette is unbelievably versatile. It blends. To be honest, I can't even get my words straight. I like it so much. I love that it has the neutral shades, it has your transition, and it has your pops of color. It has a perfect mix of mattes and also shimmer shades. Like, some of these are more satin shades and others are shimmer and others are matte. But this is an amazing travel palette. The way that these shadows blend, it just makes me really excited and looking forward to, I think Trend Mood 1 is making a palette with Ciate London, and this is my first experience with Ciate's eyeshadows, and I was floored. These shadows blend themselves. They are so easy to work with, and this particular palette is so travel friendly. It is super small. It fits right in the palm of my hand. So here's how it compares to one of the Smashbox cover shot palettes. It's about the same size, but I think that you just get a lot more with this particular palette, and it's just, let me swatch a couple of the shadows for you. They're so smooth. They feel so smooth. Let me swatch a shimmer. Okay, there it is, swatched. I can't do swatches on the fly too well, but hopefully you get an idea of the pigmentation of the palette. This palette is just incredible. I have used absolutely every shade in this palette with the exception of the green, but every other shadow has been amazing. It's very pigmented, very blendable. It performs really well on the eyes. This one was an incredible pleasant surprise, and I had to include it in my favorites. This is perfect for traveling because you have your neutrals and you can use this deeper purple shade as a deepening shade very easily with your neutral looks, and it doesn't look like you're wearing purple. It just looks like a deeper tone, you know? The others can be used for a pop of color in whatever mood you happen to be that day. You have your pink, your blue, your purple, your green. You have everything in such a tiny, adorable package. This is an amazing travel palette. Now, of course I went for the bright one, but they do have two others in the line, and one is 100% neutral. So if you're a neutral person, if you're a neutral lover, then that one might be for you, but this, it's perfect. I love it. All right, that's it for my favorites video. I love filming favorites video. If you do enjoy favorites video, please give me a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoy this kind of content. I do want to improve my channel a little bit at a time, and your feedback is so greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed my favorites for this month. Let me know what you have been loving this month and what are your favorites. That sale is coming up and I am making my list. So yeah, I definitely need to know if I need to add anything else. Let me know what you've been loving. If you've tried any of these products, what do you think of them? We want to know. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope October was amazing. I hope you had a happy and safe Halloween, and that November brings you a wonderful month to be incredibly thankful for. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon on my next video. Bye-bye.